Hi guys, this is Tifa and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, it's been a minute since I filmed a video. I've just been really busy doing a ton of stuff, but I finally found some time to film a video for you guys. Yesterday I asked you guys what were your questions about living in Japan, and I'm here to answer those questions here today. So I've actually been living in Japan for about 2.5 years now, so quite a bit of time. Not too long, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of my life here in Japan. I'm originally from San Francisco and the Bay Area, California, so Japan has been very interesting and a very different place than San Francisco. So let me just jump into your questions. So I asked you guys on Twitter to ask me some questions, and this is what I got. The first question is, what's your favorite thing about living in Japan? That's really hard, but let's see. I always had an interest in Japan ever since I was young. You know, I watched a lot of anime and read a lot of manga, and I really love Japanese like fashion and cosmetics and food. So I really love being close to all of those things. Another thing is I love anime, so sometimes I'll just be walking down the street and I'll see like cherry blossoms blowing through the wind, or like be running like next to the riverside, and I'll just feel like, oh my god, I'm living in a slice of life anime, and I just love it so much. The next question is best food or restaurants in Japan. If you're asking for the best food, I would have to say any food from Fukuoka. Like, I love Japanese food, and I thought like I knew Japanese food. I live in Tokyo, so I thought like, oh, you know, this is like the epicenter of like cuisine. Everyone wants to like come here. And I went to Fukuoka like last year, and I was blown away. All Fukuoka foods are so good. And if you guys don't know where Fukuoka is, it's basically in the south of Japan. It's not even on Honshu, like the main island. It's on an island called Kyushu. And all the food there is incredible. Like, it's so good. Anything actually is like much better in Kyushu or like Fukuoka or whatever. I really like their ramen. It's much more, it's very like pungent, but the flavor is like, if you've ever watched Food Wars, that was like me every single day I was in Fukuoka. I love the ramen there, I love the tofu there, I love motsunabe, which is like little, like an intestine soup. It's so good. I know it sounds so weird, but it's so good. You guys have to like check out Fukuoka if you ever come to Japan. So the next question is, do adults in Japan watch anime? And the answer is yes, they do. So when you guys go to a Japanese anime convention, you'll notice that the age range is actually a little bit higher than in the US. In the US, I see a lot of teenagers up to like their mid-20s at conventions, but in Japan there's definitely an older audience. The next question is like pretty interesting. It's, is there any dangerous places in Japan? Like dark alleys leading to hidden mafia homes. I don't know how to like explain this to you guys. You're like not gonna stumble upon like a mafia boss's home. Like, those people are actually really respected and like notorious, so there would be like no way that you could ever like get near them, let alone like stumble through a dark alleyway to get there. Okay, the next question is, oh, this one's nice. How is having a dog in Japan? Are there enough dog-friendly parks where you live? Are restaurants with outdoor seating dog-friendly? And who is the best pupper? So this is my dog, Mocha. He is a poodle. Mocha. Oh, you're shy. Hello. So this is my dog Mocha. He is 1.5 years old now, and he is just so cute. So how is it like having a dog in Japan? I noticed that in Japan, not as many people have dogs as in, for example, America. Like, I feel like half of the people in America have dogs. And here, I feel like it's a lot less. I think because the apartments here are very small and they don't really have a yard for the dog. I luckily live in a place that allows dogs, so I don't have any problems, and yeah, it's really nice. Near my house, there's actually a really large park, and in that park there's a dog run, so basically all of the people in the neighborhood kind of come there, and people from outside too. They come there and they have to register for the dog park. Dog-friendly restaurants. There are some dog-friendly restaurants. I think for the most part, if they have outdoor seatings, they don't mind having a dog there. It's not easy to find a restaurant that allows dogs, but you can definitely find some. And who is the best pupper? Mocha, mocha, mocha. Mocha, mocha, mocha. Next question. When I go and visit, what are the main things I should know? Here's some tips that I have for you. 1, bring cash, because there's some places that just do not take credit card or like anything at all. They only accept cash, and that is very common. 2, try to not stay in the touristy areas too much, I guess. Like, try to explore the places where Japanese people usually hang out, because those are like really fun and relaxing. Just try to relax. Like, don't go too crazy on the tourist attractions, you know, because you're gonna get burnt out. Okay, 3, if you get lost or you need some information or whatever, you can always go to a police officer. They're not like scary in America, like they're not gonna arrest you or anything. They're extremely helpful in Japan. The next question is, anything you dislike about housing or commute? I've had friends tell me that they've gone to real estate agents. They'll have like books of, you know, places that you can rent, and the book will be like this big. But then as soon as they find out that you're a foreigner, even if you're Japanese, like perfect or whatever, just the fact that you have a visa and it's not a long-term visa, they will say, oh sorry, let me bring out this book, which is like a sliver of the other book, and it's like all the places that you can rent. Sometimes they're kind of like far away from the station, or you know, they had some problems there, like somebody jumped out the window or something. So about the commute, a lot of people have to go on the train during rush hour, and you get packed in like a sardine. Like, it's crazy. And that's for people who probably start work at around 9. So I'm not even at the train station like that early. I have a bus line that's very close to my house, and I usually take the bus with all the grandmas to go to Shibuya, because it's so much more chill than being, you know, pressed up against a salaryman, or like, you know, it's just no bueno. I only take the train if I'm really late and I really need to get somewhere quickly. So yeah, I usually take the bus. What is the weather like? I live in Arizona, so it's always sunny and hot. So in Japan, we have seasons, and I come from a place that's very temperate. I'm like from San Francisco, so it's always kind of like foggy, kind of cold. Not even really cold, it's just like 70, 60 degrees all the time. And moving to Japan, I was so confused about what was happening to the weather. Like, one day it would be like, okay, I'm gonna give you a real example. 3 weeks ago, it was snowing one of the days, and it's like March. It was snowing, and then the next week it was like 70 degrees. It's very confusing. Is it hard to get around late at night on the public transportation system, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.? And the short answer is, yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain to go anywhere after the last train, because everything just stops. There's no trains, there's no buses, there's like no public transportation. which is why clubs actually start at 11 and then close at 5 when the trains start up again. So you literally have to be out all night. Okay, the next question is, how do you deal with the sometimes over-the-top politeness? At the end of my trip, I ended up feeling a bit isolated because I never felt like anyone was really being genuine with me. I feel like when you understand the subtle ways that Japanese people communicate, you'll feel like you understand them a lot more. So for example, if you invite them somewhere and they say, "Oh, I'm a little bit busy that day," or something, they'll never refuse you strongly, they'll never say it directly. If they even slightly refuse your offer, it probably means that they don't want to go or they can't go. So for Japanese people, when that kind of cue comes up, it's very obvious to them that that's what the other person is trying to say. But maybe if you're from a country where people are very direct, like where I'm from, it's hard for you to kind of get that at first. I think in general, Japanese people are quite nice, and if they do take the time out of their day to hang out with you or like do something with you, they genuinely want to do it and they do like you. Okay, I'm running out of battery. It's like blinking like crazy, but I hope that you guys learned something. I hope that you liked my video, and hopefully I can make more of these videos in the future. I actually do want to make another video about working in Japan and working at Crunchyroll, so if you guys have any questions about working in Japan or my job, please leave some questions down below in the comments and I'll try to make another video for you, and hopefully I'll be making more videos. I won't be like going away for months. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you later. Bye guys!